Girish, Girish wanted. ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवत् व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। Yeah, Girish, you can unmute yourself. We'll chant from 29. अपाने जुह्वति प्राणम्
अपाने जुह्वति प्राणं
प्राणे पानं तथा परे
प्राणे पानं तथा परे
प्राणापानगतिरुद्ध्वा
प्राणापानगतिरुद्ध्वा
प्राणायामपरायणाः
प्राणायामपरायणाः
अपरे नियताहाराः
अपरे नियताहाराः
प्राणान् प्राणेषु जुह्वति
प्राणान् प्राणेषु जुह्वति
सर्वेप्येते यज्ञविदः
सर्वेप्येते यज्ञविदः
यज्ञक्षपितकल्मषाः
यज्ञक्षपितकल्मषाः
यज्ञशिष्टामृतभुजः
यज्ञशिष्टामृतभुजः
यान्ति यान्ति ब्रह्म सनातनम्
यान्ति ब्रह्म सनातनम्
नायं लोकोऽस्त्ययज्ञस्य
नायं लोकोऽस्त्ययज्ञस्य
कुतोऽन्यः कुरु सत्तम
कुतोऽन्य कुरु सत्तमा
एवं बहुविधा यज्ञाः
एवं बहुविधा यज्ञाः
वितता ब्रह्मणो मुखे
वितता ब्रह्मणो मुखे
कर्मजान् विद्धितान् सर्वान्
कर्मजान् विद्दितान् सर्वान्
एवं ज्ञात्वा विमोक्ष्यसे.
एवं ज्ञात्वा विमोक्ष्यसे.
We're going to do the next one today, number 33. Shreyan dravyamayat yajnat.
श्रेयान् द्रव्यमयात् यज्ञात्
Jnana yajnah parantapa.
ज्ञानयज्ञ परन्दप
Sarvam karmakhilam partha.
सर्वं कर्माखिलं पार्थ
Jnane parisamapyate.
ज्ञाने परिसमाप्यते.
Shreyan dravyamayad yajnat.
श्रेयान् द्रव्यमयात् यज्ञात्
Jnana yajnah parantapa.
ज्ञानयज्ञ परन्दप
सर्वं कर्माखिलं पार्थ.
सर्वं कर्माखिलं पार्थ
ज्ञाने परिसमाप्यते.
ज्ञाने परिसमाप्यते.
Yeah. So in the last class, Krishna had begun to summarize that the topic of yajna, karma, and its importance, and why these various evam bahuvida yajnaha. Why they are important? They are important because that antakarana shuddhi is important. And then he concludes by saying that they are very important for antakarana shuddhi. Still, among all these things, jnana yajna is the most important. He is going to say that here in this shloka, jnana yajna is most important, and he says all the other yajnas are what did he say? He says karmajan tan vidhi. They involve materials, therefore they are karma. And karma will have result, and that result also will be as finite as the karma itself. Karma phalam will be as finite as the karma. That he talked about. And now here he is going to now compare those yajnas. Compare those yajnas once again. So we saw, so Brahmarpanam, we saw that all the yajnas are going to have, various accessories of action. Every action is going to, we know what action is, and we know how to accomplish so many things. And Brahmarpanam Brahma Hevihi, everything is Brahma. Brahma iva tena gantavyam. Like that we saw in verse number 24. And then yajnas are useful for antakarana shuddhi, which is very important. Antakarana shuddhi is important. So when we come to Vedanta, this is what I found in my own life, and I was beginning to understand, and I knew this is it. But then that antakarana shuddhi, we all have antakarana shuddhi, but we also don't have antakarana shuddhi. Both are there, go together. And so we need to work on ourselves. And so slowly that work happens. Through all these yajnas, that kind of work happens. And discipline. So we become more disciplined in whatever we do. When we talking also is discipline. When we have food also is discipline. So the life gradually begins to change. And so those yajnas will give that antakarana shuddhi, and very important. But then not to be carried away by the discipline. Hey, what happened? You went to the ashram. You said Swamiji's classes were excellent. What's going on? Oh, I'm now into pranayama. Hey, I also listened to Swamiji's talks. They were really good. In fact, I'm listening more these days. Looks like. What happened? You were the one who gave me all those audios, and now I'm listening to it. What happened to you? No, pranayama and this and that. Then pranayama is important, yeah, but all day pranayama is not the goal. You can't keep doing pranayama all day. Pranayama is a means; it's not an end, and that's the key here. And so some other guy took off, got the MP3 audio, and then took off. And so like this, we've seen a lot of friends, and so that jnana yajna, that which was mentioned in a couple of shlokas, in one shloka, and where was it mentioned? Yeah, so the verse number 25. Brahmagnava pare yajnam yog Brahmagnava pare yajnam yajnenaiva upajuhvati. In 25 we saw. There itself we had mentioned this jnana yajna. And so that is being mentioned here. Hey Parantapa. Hey Parantapa. Hey, you are not an ordinary man, Arjuna. And Paran Shatrun Tapayati. You are able to, it doesn't matter. You don't look at the enemy at all, and you don't look at who you're fighting against, because you know you're thorough and you're going to overpower them anytime. So even Shiva, you could do it. So therefore, you are a Parantapa, and and of course, in this context, we may interpret that Parantapa as the you are the one who is capable of overpowering our own internal enemies, right? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. All these are our enemies. And so that capacity you have, Arjuna, He Parantapa, Shreyan, Shreyan. This Shreyan word rings a bell for me. I don't know how many of you it rings a bell. Shreyan. Okay. Sukanya, Ani, Sharada. Many people are raising Vijay, etc. Yeah. Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha. Paradharmat Swanushtitat Swadharme Nidhanam Shreyaha Paradharmo Bhayavaha. Yeah, Lakshmi Nagesh, everybody is familiar with this shloka. So we covered it a few classes ago. So there also Shreyan, Swadharmo Vigunaha says, hey, you understand first what is your Swadharma. Swadharma is a very important word in our culture. And because it's a duty-based culture. Western society is a rights-based culture. So Swadharma is maybe there to some extent, but for us Swadharma is very important, because you know what a person is supposed to do in that particular stage in life. So all this ashrama vyavastha is Swadharma, varna vyavastha is Swadharma, and then put in a particular situation. So you are a community leader, means you must have a particular Swadharma there. Like this, there are Swadharmas and interpreted based on the context. So that's Swadharma. Do that. Do your job. What you love to do, just do it. Don't say I need to change my profession because that profession pays me better. Better salary, better income. You're welcome to do that, but don't give up what you love to do in the process. Then it is going to be constantly a life full of fear. Oh, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this. I'm earning a lot of money, but I'm not good at it. Earning a lot of money, not good at it. It's a sad situation. So, Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya. That we saw that before Shreya. That same Shreyan. Here it comes Shreyan. So superior, better. Correct? So he's going to compare. One A is better than B. He's going to compare. So what is better? Jnana yajnaha shreyan asti. Jnana yajnaha shreyan asti. Right? Sanskrit students can pick up that prathama vibhakti, the subject of this sentence. Jnana yajnaha. Correct? Jnana yajnaha shreyan asti. And Okay, so this pursuit of the knowledge of Brahma is superior, he says. Okay, superior to what? Dravya mayat yajnat. Panchami. Dravya mayat yajnat. Superior to Dravya maya yajna. That is what he's saying. So, yajna compared to the yajna which is dravya, which has dravya. Dravyam naka materials. All the things we use in our yajna is called dravyam. Dravyam. So everything. So you do a big ritual means all. So our, of course, a fire ritual means you need a lot of dravyas, all materials, all the things, all the sticks are needed, the ghee is needed, and the lotus seeds are needed, and this is needed, that is needed. And of course, all the ladle and all the other things are needed. And then prasadam is needed, and the rice and the kumbhas, all the vessels that are required. Water is of course needed. Like this, the list is a big list of things. Big list of things. So you ask, you tell the Pandita that tomorrow it is Amavasya. So we have to do Tarpanam. Okay, Tarpanam is done. So he comes and then he comes with his own. These days you don't have to buy anything. It's all one telephone call does everything. That's it. You don't have to worry about what you have to get because he will get it, and you don't worry about anything. And even the names we have forgotten now. What is all the names we have forgotten? And those days we used to go to the market to buy the bananas, buy all the beetle leaves, beetle nuts, and sandanam, kumkumam, whatever is needed. We used to get all that. Now it's all outsourced, so you will get. And so all that is dravya. So materials, people are there, people are required, no doubt. And so everything is dravya. And so, so again, back to karma. The karma is important, but at the same time, karma will produce drishtapalam and adrishtapalam. We've seen that, and both are there, and both are limited. Dravya yajna means limited only. Pranayama yajna means very important for us. Pranayama in this day and age, pranayama, they say it produces, what is it? Nitric oxide. Correct? How many of you have heard of this? Nitric oxide. And it is good. It is an antiviral. It works against the virus. Amazing. So so all that is important. We have to do that. We have to practice all that. But we can't say I'm going to do pranayama 5 hours a day and all that. 5 hours a day and all, you should not do. Better check with your doctor, okay? Whoever taught you pranayama, check with them whether it's all right to do 5 hours and all. No, you do okay. Your lifespan may increase, but then okay, let's say it increases by 4 hours. Okay, so now what? Lifespan increased by 4 hours, but you lost 5 hours. So really, you lost 1 hour of your life. Correct? So we don't know this lifespan and all. We should not take too seriously, and we do what is required for the body and mind, and then be happy with it. So these rituals, they're all uh, they're all initiators of results. Every action, of course, I do an action because I want something. Therefore, by doing something, I initiate the process at the end of which I'm going to get something. All dravya yajnas are like that. Okay. What about jnana yajna? Jnana yajna swallows all the results. It swallows all action. It is not an initiator of results. It says Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi Brahmagno Brahmanahutam. It says all actions are all Brahma. And really action is Mithya and Atma is Satyam. So it doesn't initiate anything. Jnanam doesn't initiate anything. It just consumes everything. That's why, what did we say? Jnanagni Dagdha Karmana. Correct? We saw that last time. Yasya sarve samarambaha. Yeah. यस्य सर्वे समारंभाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पंडितं बुधाः. Just a few verses ago we saw that. And so jnana dagdaka, the knowledge consumes karma phalam, whereas karma initiates karma phalam. This is the difference between knowledge and karma. We know that by now. We have appreciated all of that. So, so I am a doer. I do this. I'm an employer. I'm an employee. I run. I take care of this. I do that. I'm a buyer. I'm a seller. I'm a renter. I'm an owner. This all these ERs are there. And so many ERs, so many roles I'm playing in a given day. And so every role means action is involved. Big series of actions is involved. I'm married. If I say means married means it comes with a big thing. And I am a parent of so many children. I'm a grandparent means so much has happened. This is karta. This is karta. Then akarta swallows everything. Akarta, everything is gone. And why everything is gone? How did everything go away? Well, because the minute I ask who is the doer, who is the karta, the minute I ask the question, then things change dramatically. It is like in that marriage. Like in the marriage, there's a very, I told you this, I'm going to repeat this. It's going to be a repeat for some of you. So, like marriage is going very well. And then there is people, ladies side and man side, everything, lot of activity going on. And then some things are missing. And people are asking, what happened? Where are all the samagris? Dravya, dravya. In marriage, imagine how much dravya is needed. You need a lock and key because you need to put stuff in rooms and then lock it up. And because so much is being done there, and so much dakshina is given, and so many saris, and so many pants and suits, and this and that, is endless amount of. And suddenly things are missing. What happened? They keep asking around what happened. Then they found out where, who, what. And then they say, where is this man? This bearded man who is, where is he? Isn't he your thing, relative? No, they're not our side. I thought they were your side. Oh, he's not our side. So here is a man. So very friendly, working around because there you can't make out. Because if you don't know the person, he must be that side. And if they don't know the person, he must be this side. That's it. He came and then did a good job and then took away and then went home. Happy man. So, like this. So, why did he go away? Because people started asking questions. Who, what, when, what happened? When you start asking questions about the karta disappears. Karta has no choice. Karta is afraid. Ahankara is afraid of only one thing. What is that? Inquiry, vicharaha, vicharam na sahate. The minute you start asking that question, where is Ahankara? Then you have to look around. Look around. Ahankara is slowly vanishing. So that is Vedanta. So it swallows the karta completely. And so that is our Annamacharya also says the same thing. So he says, what does he say? He says, Nindara, what does he say? Nindara Raju Nidrayunchu Nidrayu Nokate. Okay? Nidrayu Nokate. And then Andane, what does he say that? Andane Bantu Nidra Nadiyu Nokate. Correct? So he says there is a king. There is a king, and then the king has a helper. Not minister. Minister also is there, minister is there, but he has a helper also. The job of this person is to take care of the king's comforts, physical comforts. So, making sure, all this fan and all that, and all the comforts are all there, sitting, standing, everything. And he must be very sensitive. Suppose the king says like this, then the person should realize, oh, this part is hurting, and so I have to do something. Just keep it in mind. Then we must massage the king whenever needed, and also recognize the king needs privacy. So you can't keep going after the king all the time also. So you must realize, I'm going to step away. I just wait outside and wait out. This is the servant's role. And so Annamacharya says, Nindara Raju Nidrinchu Nidrayu Nokate. It says the king is sleeping and the servant is also sleeping. And both of them are equal enjoyment. The sleep is identical for both people. Correct? Equal. The king does not know he is a king. In the sleep, not there. Awareness is not there. And this servant also doesn't know that I am this, I am that. Both of them wake up and say, I slept well. Both are identical. మెండైన బ్రాహ్మణుడు మెట్టు భూమి ఒకటే చండాలుడుండే తీసరి భూమి ఒకటే. He says Brahmanudu, there's a Brahmin. Brahmin means the person is a scholar, is Vedika, is very dharmic also, and people respect him, worship him, and his place is sacred. Obviously, because they say this Pandita, this is his house, go, there he is. And so that is the Brahmana. Endaina Brahmanudu. And then Chandala. Then there is a Chandala. Chandala means what? Chandala means the person who nobody knows who he is. That person is a Chandala. He can't even say I am a Shudra. That also he can't say. I am a laborer, he can't say, because he has no work and he is just roaming around. Nothing, no status, nothing. Nobody knows what he eats, where he sleeps, nothing. No anybody. That person is a Chandala. So Chandala. So Chandala keeps going around. And so he says, Annamaya says, the land on which the Brahmana is there and the land on which this Chandala is roaming around, they are also identical. Nothing, no difference at all. Like that he says. And so like this, many things he says in this composition. Annamacharya, popularly called as Annamaya in Andhra. And then of course, then he's happy about it. Tandanana hi, tandanana pare, tandanana bhala, tandanana. Tandanana. Why tandanana? Because very happy. So in happiness, we don't know what shape the body takes. Body will become curved. Previously we were standing erect. Now suddenly it's all like this. And then what words come out of the mouth also nobody can guess. So tandanana. Tandanana. Then he concludes, Brahma Mukate, Para Brahma Mukate. Correct? There is only Brahman. Everything else is magic. So like that he says. So that is what knowledge does here. It swallows everything. There is a difference between Jnana Yajna and Dravya Yajna. And so this Kartrutvam is very interesting. And this Karta is not there. King is sleeping, servant is sleeping. No Kartrutvam in deep sleep. Correct? No Karta. I am king idea is not there. I am big. I am supposed to be respected. No idea. Deep sleep, no such thing. Doership is just a thought. I am king, just a thought. Yeah, there is some reality too. That kinghood, kingship, all that is there, no doubt. But for that person, it's a thought. It's a thought. And the thought itself is not there in deep sleep. Therefore, that role is only a role. It's a mithya. It's mithya. Very important to understand. So no thought in deep sleep and no thought between thoughts also. Between two thoughts, there is no thought. When the king is happy also and enjoying the family, he doesn't have the idea that he's a king. In pure joy, there is no idea. There is no idea of who we are. Very interesting. So these are the clues that we get, that we use to appreciate this jnanam, this Vedanta jnanam, and so that comparison Krishna is making, and so Shreyan, he says. Shreyan means better, better. Better. So it's like saying Jnana Yajna is better than Dravya Yajna. Knowledge is better than karma. See, when you compare two things, they must be comparable. So suppose you say orange is better than tomato. Suppose somebody says orange is better than tomato. Now, what is the comparison there? Orange is a fruit, tomato is a vegetable. You can't put oranges where you are supposed to put tomatoes. You can't put tomatoes. You can't invite your guests and then you cut a tomato and give them a piece of a table in a plate. You put tomatoes. How will that look? It won't work. And you can't say everything is Brahma and please have some tomatoes. I don't have oranges. You can't say that. So you can't compare orange and tomato. Okay. And what? Suppose how strong is the elephant? The elephant is stronger than the ant. Suppose somebody says, the elephant is stronger than the ant. What? What do you mean elephant is stronger than the ant? Yeah, the elephant is stronger than the ant. You don't know that? No, this guy is gone case. What kind of sentence that is? The sentence itself I can't understand properly. Elephant is stronger than ant. I think everybody knows that. You have to say something comparable. Elephant, is the elephant stronger than the tiger? Can the elephant fight with the tiger? Or the crocodile, big crocs are there. This 6 feet, 8 feet, 10 feet crocs are there. And crocodiles and alligators, they say. And so, can the elephant handle an alligator? That's a good comparison. Now you can say stronger, weaker, and all you can. But here, when knowledge swallows all action, and knowledge tells me that all action is mithya, everything in this world is mithya, where is the question of comparison? So Shreyan. Shreyan is being used for want of a better word. Because there's no other way of saying it. No other way of saying it. That is why the word Shreyan is used. And Shreyas, of course, has a meaning. Shreyan is what? Sakaranta Pullingam, Sanskrit students. Shreyan, Shreyam Sau, Shreyam Saha. I think that's how it works. And so, for want of a better word, it's used. And Shreyas has another meaning. Shreyas, of course, means moksha. Moksha. So it's superior also is there, but it also means moksha. So Krishna uses that word Shreyan. And you can use other words, Labha, Taram and all, he can say superior, comparative degree, all that he can say. But here he uses the word Shreyan. And okay, Jnana Yajnaha Shreyan. Dravya Mayat Yajnat. That also we saw. Dravya Mayat. So every ritual, every discipline has this dravya, needs something or the other. Even Parayanam, if you do, you have to start with the Sankalpa, you have to have prasadam, everything, then Parayanam is done, then concludes with a prayer and concludes with an offering of prasada. Naivedyam, everything has to be done. That is the complete Parayanam. That's how it's done. And you and so this Veda Patashala, you go, they do that all the time. Sometimes we invite those children here. We are going to do that day after tomorrow. It's Swamiji's birthday, so we are planning to have Parayanam and have our children of the Veda Patashala chant on video on Zoom, and so they will do that. They will start with a prarthana. They will end with a prarthana, end with this Harati and all. It's a tradition. So whatever you do Akhanda Rama. No, we are going to do Akhanda Ramayana part. Akhanda Ramayana part. There is your periodically Arati has to be done. And so the Rama is there, and you have to do that. So every yajna has this there are some things to be done always. So that is the Dravya Mayat yajna. Dravya Mayat means a yajna that is filled with materials and actions. That is called Dravya Maya, right? So therefore, we understand the statement Shreyan Dravyamayat Yajnat Jnana Yajnaha Parantapa. Hey Parantapa, Jnana Yajna is superior to this Dravyamayat Yajna, all other Yajnas that we discussed and that we did not discuss also, because Evam Bahuvida Vitataha Brahmano Mukhe also we saw. So this is just a few samples I've given you. There's a lot more out there. And then what? Sarvam Karmakhilam Partha Jnane Parisamapyate. Okay. Now, Parisamapyate. Parisam concludes in, concludes, Parisamapyate, ends up. And sarvam karma khilam partha jnane parisamapyate. Yeah, Partha, hey Partha, all these actions end up in knowledge. End up in knowledge. That is what he's saying. Jnane parisamapyate. They find their fulfillment in knowledge. They find their fulfillment in knowledge. And so two ways in which we have to look at it. And one thing is, what knowledge can give, karma cannot give at all. That we know, because limited action, limited result. Therefore, karma has its own. It's a whole ocean. It's a field on it unto itself. And then jnanam, self knowledge, atma vidya, brahma vidya. They're two different things. And he says, therefore, sarvam karma khilam partha. We also know that sarvam karma, all actions, jnane parisamapyate, end up in knowledge. Means what? They 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 help you get antakarana shuddhi, and thereby knowledge. That is how we have learned sarvam karma khilam. Now he says sarvam karma, all karma, all karma. And all karma means what? All actions. Suppose we say all people living in Juhu beach are wealthy. Okay, they say Juhu beach is the Beverly Hills of India, Beverly Hills of Bollywood. Correct? Bollywood. So we are all enamored by America. So every word here has to rhyme with something in America or somewhere else. So Bollywood. Bombay is gone. Bombay became Bollywood. And so, and Bollywood also, Beverly Hills is there in California. So here Juhu Beach. Why Juhu Beach? So Amitabh Bachchan, Hema Malini, Akshay Kumar, all these people, they live here in Juhu Beach. So you can imagine real estate. Real estate in Juhu Beach has to be unreal, correct? Totally unreal. It has to be. So therefore, all people living in Juhu Beach uh, are wealthy. That's a fair statement. But then there are street side vendors there also, because these people, Amitabh Bachchan and all, also periodically they would like to go out and catch some chaat masala and all that. They also want all that. That because the tongue is there, no. Amitabh Bachchan also has a tongue. Poor Amitabh Bachchan. How long can he sit? The chef is there. 10 chefs are there at home. That after a while that also gets boring. Let's get some fresh air on the beach and then eat some of this pani puri and all. So this pani puri people also are there, and he may charge a lot of money, but still that fellow is not that wealthy. He also is suffering because of pandemic, and so everybody is not wealthy. And even you go interview some of these actors, and they're all drowning in debt. Some of the people drowning in debt. Why? Because yeah, at one time they were great actors and they ended up getting a house here and all, and now business is gone, and so more liabilities. Liabilities are greater than assets. Therefore, these people, we don't know. They're also struggling, not wealthy at all. So when we say all people in Juhu Beach are wealthy, it doesn't mean all. It means mostly, to the large extent, people are wealthy. That's correct. Definitely, I can't go and buy a house at Juhu Beach, and so they're all wealthy. Like that. That's a correct state. So all means always comes with exceptions. Correct? All means exception. All people, Coimbatore, we beat Chennai. Coimbatore, we beat Chennai. We beat Chennai in what some competition we did, and we beat some Bhagavad Gita chanting competition. No, no, no. This is called daily infection rate. There's a metric called daily infection rate, and in that Chennai was number one. Chennai Kings, Super Kings, always number one only. And then Coimbatore said, no, no, we can't be left out like this. And so we decided we will be number one. And so we became number one. I think even now, yesterday's news also, some 1,000+ cases, whereas Chennai is 870 or something like that. And so we beat. So after some time, we look around and we say, all people in Coimbatore are wearing masks. That's a good thing. It's a matter to celebrate. We have to come and do, thank Bhagavan by doing some archana. Oh, thank you very much. Everybody is wearing mask. But everybody is wearing mask means what? There's always a few people not wearing mask. And like these advocates who come and they say, there's a big thing that happened. And these viral videos, somebody was not wearing a mask and the police stopped them. And that lady called the mother. The mother came running and said, who do you think you are? Who do you think I am? I am the lead advocate of Chennai, okay? And she made this and that. Now she is going to end up in jail, I think. She made a big mistake by saying all these things. So this is how things are going on here. Therefore, this word all. So that means food is arriving. That's all it means. And because the stomach is there, it always, we can't, how much ever Vedanta we study, the stomach always demands. Finally, it takes over. And so this sarvam means always comes with exceptions, my dear. There is no sarvam at all. And but then Krishna says, Arjuna, don't think I mean sarvam means in general sarvam. Akhilam sarvam. Akhilam. Akhilam means what? Without any exception, without anything left behind, completely swallowed. All karma is swallowed. Period. There is no if and but, this family karma, this karma. No, no, no. Nothing like that. Everything is gone. That's why earlier we saw. What did we see? Jnanagni dagdha karmanam. So Jnanagni, that fire of knowledge just burns off all karma. Period. Nothing left out. And that's the power of this knowledge. And so Akhilam, in totality, in entirety, completely, that is Akhilam there. So Sarvam Karma Akhilam Partha Jnane Parisamapyate. And so the other thing we have to understand here is that knowledge burns all karma, but without karma yoga, there is no jnana yoga. That also we must understand. Karma yoga is very important. We can't simply throw out everything and then say, I'm going to study all day. We can't do that also. Because the Karma Shuddhi is so important. And Swadharma is so important. Even if a person is so interested in this and wants to pursue this full time, Shastra will come and say, what is your ashrama? If you are a grahastha, then grahastha duties are there. You have to do. Whether you like it or not, you have to do it. And so all the daily rituals have to be done. The family is there, has to be taken care of. And puja, etc. has to be done. If you still don't want to do all that, then take your husband's or wife's permission and meet a Guruji and say, I want to take sannyasa, and then take sannyasa. Only then the Vedic person is free of all these rituals. Otherwise, not free at all. Minimum, you have to light the lamp every day. Minimum prasada from the kitchen, the food has to come to this place, and then we have to offer it. All these things have to be done. That's a required, must be done. There is no, it's not even optional. Therefore, that all this is needed for what? Antakarana Shuddhi. So karma yoga is very important for this jnana yoga to work. And so that also we must read into this. And then the second meaning also, Swami Paramarthanandaji says, Swamiji reminds us, he says, look, in the second chapter we studied Yavan Artha Udapane Sarvatra Samplutodake Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanataha. This is number 46. How do I remember this number? That's because the next shloka is Karmanya Vadhikaraste, which we know is 47. That's the way to remember. And so 46. So you can check it out. So there, where, what does he say there? Sarvata Samplutodake. Everywhere it's all floods. What, it's a lake. It's a lake. And water. Water is there everywhere. And when a water is there everywhere, you won't be looking for a well. You won't be looking for a well. I want some water. Like that, we won't be looking for. When a lake is there, then you're not going to look for a well because lake provides all the water. Like that, Sarvata Samplutodake, Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanata. That is how that person who knows the Tattvam, Tattva with, the one who knows Brahma with, one who knows Brahma, that is how he looks at the entire Vedas. The Vedas goes one after the other, so much karma he talks about, but that wise person doesn't see anything in it at all. As much value he sees in it as a person who sees value in a well when there is water everywhere. Like that we saw. So Swami Paramarthanandaji reminds us, this also means all the benefits of the karma are included in knowledge, in Jnana Yajna. All the benefits. Whatever benefit you can get from all these sources of water, it is all there in the lake. That is the idea. So that also second meaning we should see in this, like that he talks about. And of course we should also remind ourselves that with knowledge all karma are exhausted. That we know, all karma are exhausted. Sanchita karma, prarabdha karma and agami karma are exhausted, gone. Why? Because there is nobody to own it up. Karta is gone, therefore karma that is there in the account of the karta is also gone. That also we should bring here. Okay. Let's translate this sloka number 33. Okay, so Parantapa, Arjuna, the scorcher of foes, means the nightmare of the foes, of enemies. Parantapa, hey Parantapa, Arjuna, this discipline of knowledge, Jnana Yajna, this discipline of knowledge is superior to religious disciplines performed with materials, is superior, Shreyan, to religious disciplines performed with materials, Dravya Mayat Yajnat. This discipline of knowledge is superior to religious disciplines performed with materials. Full stop. Partha, Arjuna, comma, all actions in its entirety, Sarvam Akhilam Karma. Sarvam Akhilam Karma. All actions in its entirety or in their entirety get resolved in knowledge. Jnane Parisamapyate. All actions in their entirety get resolved in knowledge. See how every word is so meaningful. So, okay, let's chant the next one, Sri Vidya. Tadvidhi
तद्विद्धि
प्रणिपातेन
प्रणिपातेन
परिप्रश्नेन सेवया
परिप्रश्नेन सेवया
उपदेक्ष्यन्ति
उपदेक्षन्ति
ते ज्ञानम्
ते ज्ञानम्
ज्ञानिनः
ज्ञानिनः
तत्त्वदर्शिनः
तत्त्वदर्शिनः
तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन
तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन
परिप्रश्नेन सेवया
परिप्रश्नेन सेवया
उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानम्
उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानम्
ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः.
ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः.
Yeah. So now that the importance of jnana yajna has been mentioned, Krishna is going to say how that knowledge can be gained. He's going back to that, how that knowledge can be gained. That is the purport of this shloka. So he's going to say two things are needed for this knowledge. Two things are always needed. Why don't I know all this from before itself? If you say, I've studied a lot, I have a PhD degree and I've done this and that, I've studied so much, and suddenly you're coming and telling me this Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya, and all that. What is all this? Why I don't know? Well, that is because Paranchikani Vyatiranat Swayambhu. Paranchikani. Kathopanishad says, Mundakopanishad says, Paranchikani. Paranchikani means what? A, our sense organs are all the way we are built. This body is set up, and these sense organs, they are all outward looking, outward facing. Outward facing. Eyes are meant to pick up what's there out there. Ears will pick up sounds and give you like this. Everything that is there outside, we are very good at grasping, and we are very good at analyzing, and all this botany, zoology, everything, how much knowledge we have. We've studied everything, photosynthesis, right? This all figured out long ago. And then further planetary system, solar system, and then this planet and that galaxy and the comet and expanding universe also we say. Expanding space. My God, expanding space. How did they figure all this out? They're all very good. And those days, I remember electron microscope. So once we saw this in the lab, we saw this microscope, optical microscope. Then you look at all these things, and we used to be amazed. Wow, magnification 1,000 times. And then electron microscope comes. What is the magnification? 10,000 or 10 million or more times. What? 10 million times. So we are experts at this. We've become expert. Anything that is there to be perceived, we will find a way to perceive it, analyze it, infer, and then conclude. All that we are good at. But these things are all paranchi. Paranchi means outward facing. This is how we are built. The mind also is outward facing. Can't look inward, can't even see the eyes. The eyes cannot even see itself. It can see everything in this world except it. Should not forget where we were. So all sense organs, everything, whole mind, everything set up to look outward, never to look inward. This is how we are set up. That is why. That is why I don't know. This Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya, and all. Nobody told me anything because nobody knows also. Nobody knows that this is important. That's why they didn't tell me. That's why I didn't know. And now the Shastram is saying, Nana Chidra Gatodara Stita Mahadipa Prabha Bhaswaram. We will study Dakshinamurti Stotra. So he's saying, Dakshinamurti Stotram says, hey, it is like a pot which covers a lamp inside. There is a lamp and then the pot is covering. And the pot has 5 holes in it. And so it's all outward, going outward and looking outward. And so that is why this knowledge requires something called Shastram. Shastram is needed. You need someone, if you have to, the eyes have to look at itself, it needs something called a mirror. It's a mirror. Without a mirror, you cannot see your eyes, period. And thankfully, mirror is there, so you can do all these things. And to look at all your eyebrows and check everything out and look closely and all that. Everything we can do thanks to the mirror. And So here Shastram, a mirror of words, correct? We saw that before, mirror of words, and which can help me see myself. But then that is one thing. There is one more thing that is needed. Shastram alone is not enough. And this another thing is called Guru. Guru. Guru is needed because Guru only has the key to open the Shastram. All these words otherwise can't be understood. You can't say I'm good at Sanskrit. I know now. And in our Sasyam and Malati classes, I know all these dictionaries. All online resources. Everything is online. I type one word, boom, Google tells me the meaning of the word. No problem. Now the Veda is there in my fingertips. I am going to figure out what the Veda says. And unfortunately, that won't work. So, Guru has to step in. And so, Mahavakya Upadesha Karta, that person has, one who knows Brahmanishtaha, Shrotriyaha, that person has to come in. And so, we have various gurus, So, mantra initiation gurus, and then dance gurus are there. And then, inspiration gurus are there, inspirational people, So, like this. So, yoga gurus, this and that are there. Yeah, all gurus are important. But here, this is Mahavakya Upadesha Karta. That kind of a guru who can give Upadesha of the Mahavakyam. That kind of a guru is needed. And that is the person they are going to talk about here. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. We will analyze this shloka in the next class as in continuation. And then from 35 onwards, he will talk about the phalam. What is the benefit of knowing this? Jnana phalam, he will talk about. 35 till the end of the chapter. We will see that. Om swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaha go brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam lokas samasta sukhino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyah prithvi sasyashalini deshoyam kshobarahitah brahmanas santu nirbhayah om sarve bhavantu sukhinah सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम।